this is AJ. How many of you have made statements about Black Lives Matter or posted memes about it on social media on behalf of your organizations? And how many of these organizations would turn around and say that right now they are not able to focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives due to the unprecedented times in our lives? I ask this because I hear that a lot, that there is no budget right now. And in fact, recently I was on a very quick interview where I was asked, what is the one thing from my perspective that businesses and business owners should do? And I immediately thought about this point about how diversity, equity, and inclusion budgets are being slashed right now because of everything that's happening in 2020. And what I thought about is how that is actually the worst thing that you can do as a business or a business owner right now, to cut out everything that is actually necessary for you to help your employees work through these uncertain times while they feel like they still belong, while they feel like they're still getting seen, heard, cherished, and appreciated, and while they realize that they have a future with you. That's what diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives do. And the thing is, the second you tell me that you don't have space in your budget, what that is actually a clear indication that you are separating what is a basic human need into a business goal instead of making it a part of every business goal. And because it is a separate business goal, that's where the concept of ROI comes in. And that's something I want to unpack just a little bit, because you see, this whole thing should not be controversial, but somehow it still is. This whole idea of inclusion should not be a sensitive topic, but somehow it is, especially in corporate America or especially in any organizations, because all of a sudden you have to make a business case for it, and this concept of ROI, or return on investment, comes up. So let me ask you this. What is an acceptable return on investment for you to make sure that none of your employees experience microaggressions that cause real health problems to them that you then underpay them for? What is an acceptable ROI for you to make sure that your employees are getting their basic human needs met? Because belongingness, which comes out of intentional inclusion, which only happens when your diverse talents' unique needs are equitably met, that belongingness is an innate human need. It's not a luxury, but it's treated as such as long as it's a separate business goal. So what is an acceptable ROI for you to ensure employee well-being, employee empowerment, employee engagement, productivity, increased loyalty, and ultimately increased business profit margins, but let's put those first. What is an acceptable ROI for you to realize that this business investment, this ROI, is about human life? Diversity and equity and inclusion are not projects. They're basic human necessities. So what is an acceptable ROI for you to understand that your employees have basic human necessities and they spend nearly a half of their life working, but their needs are not getting met, especially right now? So what is an acceptable ROI for you to value human life? That's really what I want to ask. And the thing is, there are so many of us who can help with this. We do this work day in and day out. And it's not just me. On August 26th, 27th, and 28th, you're going to be hearing from 50 expert speakers across 9 tracks who do this work day in and day out in their own spaces. And the majority of them come from these marginalized groups that get disproportionately affected when you say that DEI is not a priority for you. They have insights that you can use in your business spaces. So, what is an acceptable ROI for you to at least learn about these insights and hear from the people with the expertise and lived experiences so that you can better understand what is needed for us to fulfill the human need to belong, especially in a pandemic. Register for the event and I'll see you there so that we can learn together, because inclusion is not a zero-sum game, and neither are equity and belongingness. They don't need an ROI. They don't need a business case. They just need human compassion and conscientiousness. And that's what makes a good leader at the end of the day anyway. So I'll see you at the summit.